What's up guys, Steve here with Geek Boulevard, back with another film review. I have seen Borderlands and I'm here to give you my final thoughts, my full thoughts on the film. If you've seen my out of theater reaction, then you kind of know what to expect here, but we're gonna put the official seal on it just for old time's sake, so stick with me. Borderlands is directed by Eli Roth. It is rated PG-13 with a runtime of 1 hour and 40 minutes. Returning to her home planet Pandora, an infamous bounty hunter forms an unexpected alliance with a ragtag team of misfits. Together, they battle alien monsters and dangerous bandits to uncover one of Pandora's most explosive secrets. Now, I'm not a diehard fan of the games, just gonna put that out there. I have played the first one years ago and beat the campaign, but I don't really remember much of it. All I know is that I did play the first one, so I still know pretty little of the franchise as a whole. So if there are some Borderlands fans out there that are watching this review and I get a reference wrong or something like that, just be nice in the comments. Don't hate me for it. This was a movie that took a long time to get off the ground. I believe it was announced back in 2015, and Lee Winnell, who directed Upgrade and The Invisible Man, he was gonna direct, and then the movie just kind of changed a lot of hands, went through a lot of different writers, different directors, and then eventually it fell into Eli Roth's lap, and now here we are. Now, I'll start off by saying that I actually did like Cate Blanchett's performance as Lilith despite the miscasting. I think she seemed to really be trying her best, and also I'm sure money was a big factor in that too. And I think Ariana Greenblatt, who plays Tiny Tina in the movie, she was fun. She appeared to be having like a really great time on set, so that was cool to see. And Jack Black was fun as Claptrap. And I also think the set design, the production design, I thought that was well done too. And I don't mean to harp on this movie as much as I'm going to in the next minute or so, because I feel like everyone did their best to try to make this film as true to the franchise as possible, but that's Hollywood, baby. So all my positives are pretty much done now. From here on out, I think you better buckle up. Even though the cast tried the best that they could here with what they were given, it doesn't take away from the fact that these characters are horribly miscast. And I'm mostly talking about Cate Blanchett as Lilith and Kevin Hart as Roland. Cate Blanchett is just way too old to be playing the Lilith character. Lilith is a character that's in her 20s, Cate Blanchett is in her 50s, and they didn't really do a good job of making her look like she's in her 20s. And also, if you're going to cast Kevin Hart in a film like this, where he plays a character like Roland, who's not necessarily known for being a jokey character, at least from the first game, you're gonna get some confused faces. I know I was definitely confused. I was half expecting him to start providing some comic relief and throwing jokes out, because Kevin Hart is a comedic actor, but in the scenes that he's in playing this character who's a more serious character, he doesn't really joke around. So it really threw me off. If anything, I think he should have been the voice of Claptrap, and therefore maybe I would have been less confused, and then he can crack all the jokes he wants and it would have made more sense. And speaking of the jokes, now that we're on the subject, they just weren't that funny. The funniest bit was when Claptrap is literally shitting bullets out of his ass. I mean, it got a chuckle out of me at least, and even that went on for longer than it should have. The action set pieces, while having some fleeting moments of fun, they're just really janky and edited together in really weird ways. There's a lot of cuts and there's a lot of shoddy special effects sprinkled in some of those scenes, especially with like some of the car chase sequences. It just feels like these scenes were shot with an R rating in mind and then were just heavily cut down in post with little to no blood at all. Clearly shows that that's most likely what happened. Also, Edgar Ramirez as the villain Atlas was just forgettable and a complete waste. He's not even close to threatening, and he's mostly just seen through holograms for the majority of the runtime up until the final part of the film. If you're gonna cast someone like Edgar Ramirez as a bad guy, give him something to do, and he looks like he didn't really have much to do. There's no range with him, so it just felt like he was completely wasted. This movie has gone through so many different hands over the years. No wonder why it's such a train wreck of an adaptation, And that's why I'm giving Borderlands a score of 1 out of 5. Despite the cast trying their best to salvage what was put to the screen, it's a shame to see the property that has such a rabid fan base being translated in this way to market to a mass audience. I understand you don't want to alienate the majority of moviegoers as well as diminish the box office returns, but Borderlands is not a franchise that tries to appeal to the masses. So this film really missed the mark in so many ways, especially making it PG-13. It felt more in line of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies than it did a Borderlands movie, which is just weird to even think about, or even say for that matter. Just play the games, you'll get a far richer, more enjoyable experience that way. I don't know if the fans of the franchise will still find something worthwhile in it. If so, that's great, and I'm happy for you, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. But what did you guys think of Borderlands? Have you seen it yet? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel, and subscribe while you're at it. Tick that bell so you can always be notified when my next review or reaction drops. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, keep it classy and keep it geeky.
How are we gonna get through this?